Talking Dolphins, Rod, you, according to my sources, according to the people that I'm plugged in with, according to the little birdie that's on my shoulder, told me that you have a new defensive coordinator, dog. The people are calling it Green Bay South, baby. That's what the streets is saying.
Oh, Herbie, we're the Miami Packers, bro.
Yeah.
We have Herbie. We have, I think, 4 or 5 of our assistants came from Green Bay. We are the. You know what? I meant to send you this little sticker I seen on Reddit, bro. It was hilarious, bro. It's like the dolphin symbol in like green and yellow. That's actually the Miami
We
Packers,
might have to
bro.
change our color scheme, dog. Like this might have to just be green and yellow now, fam. Like we Acme'd out. We Wisconsin out. We Milwaukee'd out, fam. Like
You know what though, Herbie? I'm not upset about it. I'm gonna tell you why, man. And I see a lot of people online be like, "Oh, what have the Packers done? What have the Packers done?" They've done more than the Dolphins,
the
right?
Packers have been a
Like,
well-run organization for the past 40 years. That's what they've done.
exactly, bro. Herbie, what other franchise? And I know Jordan Love. He has a lot to prove in terms of his legacy, accomplishments, whatever. But dude, what other franchise hit on their quarterbacks three times straight? Like usually everybody suffers. Even the Patriots had a Mac Jones in
Yeah.
between Brady and
Yeah, for
Drake
sure.
May. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
there's
Like,
proof of concept. There's
yeah,
it's unquestioned that you can say there is proof of concept with what the Packers have done. Going back to
two
1992.
blazers.
Drew Blazer in the field. And you already know what we do when the homies is in the chat.
But look, it's like how do I describe it? It kind of reminded me of like Misfits, just a band
Yeah.
of coaching misfits. But the key thing is that you have a nice mix of familiarity in terms of Halfley and Sully working with guys from their previous
Yeah,
organization,
for sure. For sure.
and you have a nice mix of guys with experience around the league. You have a Bobby Slowick who was a coach on this roster as a quarterbacks coach, and he's been promoted with the new regime, which helps with keeping familiarity with players on the roster. You have guys like Nathaniel Hackett as the quarterbacks coach. Now I wasn't crazy about him as an offensive coordinator or a head coach, but you know what? This is a guy with head coaching experience. We got people in the building with head coaching experience, and this is going to help. I think the staff.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen, not to cut you off, but when it comes to Nathaniel Hackett, yes, he was a complete disaster with the Denver Broncos, but this is somebody that Peyton Manning of all people swore by, right? So that has to mean something. Now,
Right.
granted, Peyton Manning also swore for Adam Gates too. Maybe Peyton, I take that back. Maybe Peyton don't know what the fuck he doing when it comes to quarterback
Man,
coaches.
Peyton.
I
Listen,
take that back. Never
Peyton, Peyton probably didn't even vote for Belichick, man. We can't take anything Peyton does, man. Outside of calling audibles. All
Yeah,
right.
never mind. I'm sorry. I was trying to I was trying to hype up Nathaniel Hackett, but I had to think about it. But go on. What you were saying, brother?
No, Herbie, look, I see like there's a lot of fans who have been down on the hires, Herbie, and I'm not here to be the devil's advocate here or play contrarian to the common feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth, Herbie, that the undeniable truth is that we don't know what's gonna happen. Right? At the end of the day, we don't know how all these pieces are gonna fit together. This is just the beginning. You can't have any real expectations outside of the fact that it's gonna be a while before we can compete for real. Especially in a division that has two top tier quarterbacks, right? And I know Drake May this postseason hasn't impressed, but considering the defenses the Patriots have gone against, I mean, I'll cut him a little bit of slack. But besides that, Herbie, I like the fact that the Dolphins are looking to they want to build a team of guys who all have just all kind of experiences, right? And nobody stands out in particular. And there's something about that I like. There's something about that we don't have like a super hot hire, a super hot coordinator.
Yeah.
Once going into the season, Herbie, we just have a staff of the Dolphins are going into the season, Herbie, and I'm just kind of assuming GM Sully is going to take this approach. We're going to have a quiet offseason. I don't think we're going to make
Yeah.
any splashes in
Yeah.
free agency.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think we're going to focus more on building through the draft, right? I think the biggest move yet to be made is what happens with Tua. Are they going to keep him and allow him to compete? Are they going to figure out a way to get him out of here? We don't know about that yet, and they've been very tight-lipped. And I shout out to Coach Halfley, Herbie. One thing I like about the guy when I see him in his press conferences, you can tell he's a straight up, no nonsense. I'm gonna tell you how it is guy. He straight up told reporters, he goes, "Yo, look, we have a plan for the quarterback, but we're just not gonna tell y'all, right? Like it's not like that's for the GM to tell you guys. Like we have a plan, but y'all don't need to know that yet." there's still other processes and other things that have to happen before we could even get to that point. So, Herbie, when I look at where the Dolphins are with the staff, I'm not going to tell you I'm pleased and I'm not going to tell you I'm disappointed. What I'm going to tell you is that I'm waiting, right? Because that's all we can do. I'm just waiting.
No, I'm listening. I'm with you, and I want to piggyback off a couple of things that you said before we wrap up this segment or whatever. Right? Is one chief among them. You guys had a quiet offseason. That is very, very underrated, right? It shows that there's a confidence in what you guys are doing in the building where you're not looking to win the offseason. You're not looking to win the newspaper. You're not winning to get breaking news on ESPN, bro. You're trying to make smart business decisions, literally. That's something that we as fans, we as people in this market, we as people who've talked to fans who've grown to know fans personally, which is the whole point of this podcast to begin with, is a voice for the voiceless. We've been hearing people berate the star driven or the star hungry aspect to how the Miami Dolphins have operated for the past however long I've been alive, man. At this point, man.
Decades, bro.
Going back to Wayne Huizenga, they came in and immediately shifted the culture, and there wasn't no pushback. You want to know why? Because you can tell at the very least these people know what they're doing. That doesn't mean
Right.
they're going to be successful. Those are two completely different things. But you can feel like there are people who've been there before, who have a plan, who have a identity, and who have a process. Again, there is proof to concept with their process. This is a group of people that came from an organization that found the James Jones, that found the Devontae Adams, that found the Jordy Nelson, that found a that went from went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love with no hiccups because they truly believe in development.
And even
God
Herbie,
forbid.
another, and not to cut you off,
Go ahead,
but
go ahead, go ahead.
excuse me, guys, an underrated aspect of the Green Bay Packers too. Think about the backups they've had. Malik Willis looked excellent, but even dating back to a guy, Matt Flynn, who
Yeah.
had the game of his life. That man had a game that got him a contract, bro.
Yeah, they got him a contract. Yeah,
You
they
know,
got him. They
so
got him a $40 million contract for real. For real. Like it's about development. It's
yep.
about development. So proof of concept, man. So we could go ahead and get off of that because we got the whole offseason to talk about what the Dolphins are gonna do, man. So let's go ahead and get to what people are here for, man.